I grew up on a farm in Victoria, Australia. I now live in the United Kingdom, and what I believe to be abductions occurred from the time I was 5 to the time that I was about 9. There were 4 episodes in total. They all followed the same pattern. I would be lying in bed and about to fall asleep, and I would hear a ringing in my ears. I would feel intense nausea. The ceiling above me would move and start to shake, and I would try to cry out, but no sound would come out of me. I would feel a sickening feeling as if I was moving very quickly and suddenly. Think motion sickness multiplied beyond anything you can imagine. I would wake up and find myself in a place filled with green and red lights that smelled like recycled air and a little bit like vomit. I could feel that I was restrained, but I was not tied to anything. I just could not move my limbs. My legs would feel like they were burning, and a figure at the end of my body would keep putting a heavy, sticky black liquid on them that momentarily cooled them. I was afraid to look at the figure and afraid for their face to turn towards mine. Someone else's hand was on my forehead, holding my hair back. Twice the burning sensation was on my abdomen and not my legs, and I would be utterly terrified each time. When I woke up every time the next morning, I would find little pinprick spots on my body and would be sick in bed for days and incredibly weak. My mother recalls that I smelled very strange, like chemicals, and I was too afraid to tell my parents, as I felt that if I did, the same thing could happen to them. The doctors guessed that I was weak due to blood loss, but could not see telltale signs of viral or bacterial infections. I am not epileptic, and as an adult I have been tested for all kinds of disorders, but I'm perfectly healthy. I firmly believe I was not abused in that way. I am otherwise a completely rational person, but this is something I felt for a long time happened to me. I have never told anyone but a friend of mine in high school and my current boyfriend. I am a 40-year-old woman, married with 3 children, one of whom is grown up and has left home. Until recently, I worked as a teacher's aide, but my contract came to an end. I consider myself pretty much sane, and I'm not an attention seeker. I rarely talk about this. I've been worried about the ridicule from bringing up such things, but maybe this will prove cathartic. As far as I can tell, I've been abducted multiple times. I don't remember them in full, more like flashbacks or scenes, not in a timeline sort of way. So I can't say this happened the last time. Each scenario I remember could have taken place any of the times I was taken. I hope this makes sense. What I do remember is waking up in my bedroom, laying on my back, and 2 beings standing by the side of my bed, looking down at me. As you can imagine, it's very terrifying, but at the same time, my mind is chasing around for a normal explanation. I usually try to tell myself that I'm dreaming, but it doesn't work. I don't know how I got there, but I find myself in a very light and luminous room on a hard table. I wish I knew how I got there, but like I said, this is all in little vignettes, and it's frustrating trying to fill in the memory gaps. In the room, the air is very humid. The creatures are standing around me next to the table, and the table must be pretty low because they're all short and they still manage to stand over me. I have various memories of the procedures that they do, mostly around my abdomen, but once they stuck something in my eye. My eyes are tearing up just thinking about it, and to this day I can't stand anything near my eyes anymore. I can't tell you how long it lasts, as, like I said, I just get these weird flashbacks, not whole periods of time. I'm open to having another explanation, for example, hypnagogia, but there's a few things that have happened to me physically that make me believe this is probably an abduction. The aliens were light gray with a tinge of bluish pink. They have big eyes, but not as big as the typical alien mask that you see in popular culture. They don't have the whites or colors in their eyes like we do either. I don't remember standing up next to them, but judging from them standing next to my bed, I'd say they're maybe 4 feet high. One was taller by a half a head than another. In the light room, I couldn't really tell what height they were because I was lying on a table or gurney type thing, and I couldn't really see the floor. I've had a lot of gynecological problems for many years. I've been pregnant twice where the doctor couldn't find the baby. I think he called it a blighted ovum, where the egg gets fertilized but a baby just doesn't develop. And I hope that's all it was. My uterus is the size of a large grapefruit, where apparently it's supposed to be about the size of a pear. I had a Marina IUD put in to try to control the menorrhagia, and the IUD disappeared. I was told it can happen sometimes because the body can just expel it, and maybe that was the case. Maybe those pregnancies and my messed up uterus are all natural, but when I put them together with these procedures on my abdomen in these flashbacks, it makes me wonder. Thank you for joining us in today's video. I do want to share with you that we have an email address if you want to share your stories with us to be read on the channel. That email address is thetruekingofcreepy@gmail.com. Again, that's thetruekingofcreepy@gmail.com as shown on the screen. We appreciate you very much and all of your support. This channel means the world to us, and so do you, and we look forward to also incorporating your stories from the community into future videos. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and as always everyone, stay creepy.